Welcome back to talknorth.com. Thank you for listening. If you can, please download before you listen. It helps our business. I'd also like to thank our producer, Brandon Morton, and let you know if you'd like to sponsor this program or any of the programs on the network, you can reach me at jsouhan47@gmail.com.
So 1 week ago today, I'm in a room interviewing Randy Moss at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Now I'm in a room sitting next to Jordan Taylor. What a drop-off that was.
Upgrade you.
I'm just kidding. We're here, episode 3 of Dibble Dabble. I was at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What a weekend that was. Yeah. Some of those guys, man, they put on quite the display with their speeches. I mean, from Ray Lewis having his own microphone connected to him.
They should have shut Ray Lewis down. He's so out of pocket for that. This man out here giving a seminar at the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Like, bruh.
Yeah. I felt like I was at church, kind of.
Bruh.
A little bit, right?
Bruh.
Like, preach, right?
That was trash. Like, dog, sit your ass down.
They put him on last for a reason, because they knew he was going to do that.
This man was moving off the podium, had his own separate mic, like, stay behind the podium like everybody else. Like, this is not a room full of high school football players.
Right?
Like, these are grown men and women.
I will say Brian Dawkins, though, nailed it with his speech. Did you watch his speech?
Nah, I didn't watch Brian. I'm only watching T.O.
T.O., he wasn't even there.
I know. F the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I'm watching T.O.
Right.
UT Chattanooga, baby.
You didn't even watch Moss? You didn't watch Moss?
Nah, I didn't watch Moss. I'm going to go back and watch Moss's, though.
Okay.
I love Moss. That's my favorite athlete
just okay.
of all time.
I felt bad because he's my favorite athlete, too.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Ever.
But I felt bad because he followed Brian Dawkins, and Brian Dawkins was unbelievable. It was one of the better speeches that I've heard in person. Like it made me want to go run through a brick wall. Just like strap the pads on and play with Brian Dawkins.
I've never really subscribed to any of those Hall of Fame speeches anyway. Ever since Michael Jordan just went up and tried to just on everybody in the room, I was like, I'm not watching this anymore. This is ridiculous.
I just thought it was
football,
interesting.
basketball, like I'm not.
Right. Well, I just think it's interesting. Like some guys like Brian Dawkins just speak from the heart. Like it's so just in the moment and it's so good. And then some guys like Brian Urlacher obviously have stood in front of a mirror and rehearsed this a million times. And when they like screw up one word that they have practiced, it like throws them off completely. And they're like checking their notes and they're so nervous. Like this guy who played in front of millions and millions of people over his career is just like shutting down in front of everybody trying to give a speech.
CTE.
That's what it is.
He's got to practice. Them dudes get hit in the head so much they gotta have that stuff down to a T.
Moss was in pure form though over the weekend. I was with Perkins.
Yeah.
Perk asked him a couple of questions and Moss just tore Eric a new one.
Do they like each other?
No, I mean, yeah, they're cool, but like Moss just had like this agenda that he wanted to make sure that the media knew how bad they treated him during his career. And he was going to make a point to tell you like, hey, the reason, my career went the way it did and everybody hated on me was because of you guys, the way that you portrayed me. Yeah. Not because he screwed up a bunch of times. It was the media's fault.
I mean, a lot of athletes are motivated out of spite, so that definitely is not going to stop short of the media. I would do the same thing. Just if I felt that,
humbled, not grateful.
Grateful for what? It's all perspective. It's like, what did the media do for him? I'm sure they did some good.
I'm sure. Dude, he did all that stuff to himself, man. Like, don't screw up, don't be an idiot, and all those stories aren't going to come out like that. Don't run over a traffic cop. Don't get busted for smoking marijuana. Don't beat up your girlfriend, and then those things aren't going to happen.
Little Mary Jane ain't never hurt nobody. And
I'm not taking a stance on marijuana. I'm just saying don't put yourself in those situations, and those stories won't unravel the way they did.
That is, I agree. But I also think that sometimes narratives get taken and exploded and compounded into things that they aren't.
True.
I think that's true for a lot of athletes. So
one thing that is
Carmelo is one of those guys.
True.
Yeah.
Another thing that is true is that Canton is a crap hole of a place.
Yeah, I know.
Ohio in general, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, well, my whole family from Ohio.
Bless
so-
my mom's heart for
Yeah.
being born in Cleveland because
Was your mom born in Cleveland?
She's born in Cleveland.
My dad's from Cleveland.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, see,
My
that's
dad-
why they got along all those
Right,
years. Now,
right,
I guess
right,
that
right.
we should have probably known that.
Yeah, my dad
Sweet
grew
Lou,
up in
baby.
Cleveland.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so did
Luscious
my mom.
Lou. Luscious
and
Lou.
so I went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame while I was down there. It
Okay.
was interesting.
Yeah,
I
I
got
bet.
myself up early. Perk and I went. You know, they had a lot of great stuff. I have beef with the way it was organized because there were a lot of like bands and musicians I wanted to see memorabilia of, and they didn't even have them displayed. People who were in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame couldn't even find one thing from them. It's unbelievable.
Well, I don't even know who would be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Jimi Hendrix.
Oh yeah. I mean, from rappers,
Chuck Berry in there.
Tupac.
Tupac's in there.
Yeah, Chuck
I was about to
Berry's in
say,
there.
Y'all stole rock and roll too, didn't she? Y'all, you know what
No,
I'm saying?
they use rock and roll as like all encompassing.
Yeah.
So just like best musicians of all time, though there are still a lot of great bands and great musicians that are not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Really?
Yeah.
Like who is missing that's notable?
Well, like Ozzy Osbourne, for example, is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Journey's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of
Who's
Fame.
Journey?
Don't Stop Believing.
Oh yeah, they should be in there for that song alone.
Cher is not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I mean, these are just a couple that off the top of my head that I saw.
Ozzy Osbourne's a legend, huh?
Black Sabbath's in,
Black
but
Sabbath,
Ozzy's
Ozzy
not. But there's a lot of like where, you know, guys will go in with a band and then guys will go in solo. And Ozzy's definitely a guy that needs to go in solo.
So I thought, oh, is he? Okay. 'Cause
He's not,
The only
yeah.
thing I know about Ozzy Osbourne is that, what's the song? What's his song?
Crazy Train.
Is that Black? No, not that one.
That's Iron Man.
Iron Man. Is that,
yeah,
is
that's
that
Black
him or is
Sabbath.
that Black Sabbath?
That's Black Sabbath.
Okay,
But you
yeah.
know Crazy Train. Dun-dun, dun-dun, dun-dun.
Oh, yeah.
That's Ozzy by
okay,
himself.
okay.
That's separate from Black
Yeah,
Sabbath.
and I remember you used to make us watch that baloney ass show that.
What are you talking about?
That Ozzy Osbourne's damn show.
Oh, yeah, the
reality show.
Osbournes. I love
was
that
so
show.
trash.
Oh my gosh, no respect.
I'll never
No
forget.
respect. This brings me to the Dirty Six segment today because I was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame and I wanted to pick your brain because I know you don't have any music taste and I know you don't have any respect for the history of music. That's why today's Dirty Six, best musicians / bands / artists of all time. And obviously it's subjective, but I want to know yours. Do you want me to start or are you going to go? Because I'm going to
I'll start today. No. You go ahead. You go ahead.
No,
You want me to go?
I always go first.
All right, fine. Well,
Okay.
yeah.
All right,
Save
go
the
ahead.
best for last.
All right.
So I got. Can I do 7?
No.
I'm sticking with 6? All
Six
right.
it's a hard 6.
All right. Well, I'm going to shout out Drake before, but he's not in there. I love Drake. All right. Anyway,
Oh, my God.
Michael Jackson's in there.
Okay.
Easy. Number 1, clear cut, hands down.
Yes.
No doubt about
The
it.
fact that Michael Jackson doesn't have his own display at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is absolute ludicrous.
He does not.
No, like the Stones and the
asinine.
Beatles and Elvis all do, but Michael Jackson is on that same level, and he deserves
Michael
that.
Jackson might be above that level. I just can't imagine. They said,
You can make that argument for sure.
have you ever heard that they used to have stretchers ready for when he walked out on stage because people would just fall out?
Yep.
Can you imagine walking onto a stage and people just fall out, just die?
I mean, they did that for the Beatles and Elvis.
That
too.
is
I mean,
insane
That's why
to
they're
me.
in that league.
Okay,
I give you Michael Jackson. That's a good one.
All right,
Great way to start it off.
Michael Jackson's in there, hands down.
Yep.
I'm going to give Prince the nod.
Okay, Prince has his own
Minnesota
display.
respect. Yeah, I'm going
Yep.
to give Prince the nod. I'm going to go
That's a
with...
biased one, though, just because you're here.
Well-
So I feel like if you grew up in Florida, you wouldn't be putting Prince in your top 6.
I disagree. Maybe not, but I thought the same thing. And when he died, I was in Germany.
Yeah.
And they were lighting the Eiffel Tower on
Right.
and the bridges in Germany purple.
The Eiffel Tower is not in Germany.
I know, but thank you. I'm aware. Thank you.
Okay.
I was in Europe.
Okay, there you go.
They're lighting the
Better.
Eiffel Tower.
Just wanted clarity
and some
there.
of the bridges in Germany and all over the world. I had no idea Prince was that big of a deal.
I'm just saying, if you personally grew up in Florida, I don't think
I
you
hear
would be
you.
putting Prince in.
I hear you.
I
I
know
hear you.
that he's got a worldwide impact.
I didn't. So yeah. Okay. So anyway, Michael
right.
Jackson.
Yep.
Prince.
Yep.
Lil Wayne.
Oh, that's trash, dude.
Lil Wayne.
Little Wayne.
Lil Wayne has impacted an entire generation, whether you like it or not, has impacted an entire generation of rap artists and rap music. All this rap
dude.
happening right now is Lil Wayne's influence. He's got his footprint on that all over. So that's
But
just my era.
can we agree
That's
that
just my
when
era.
Lil Wayne started playing guitar and all skateboarding and all this other stuff that Lil Wayne has ventured into, he's just completely ruined his brand, and everything that was cool about him is now gone.
Well, that's just perspective.
It's done, dude.
But Lil Wayne is, in my opinion, maybe the best lyricist ever.
And a lot of it's just off the top of his head, too.
Yeah.
He just freestyles.
No disrespect to Nas or any of those guys. But yeah, anyway, it's, Lil Wayne.
But I'm saying, as far as guitar players go, Fred Durst might actually be a better guitar player than Lil Wayne. And that's harsh, man.
Who the hell is Fred Durst?
The Limp Bizkit singer.
Hey, man, can I do my damn list?
All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. No interruptions.
Michael Jackson,
Final 3.
Prince,
Yeah.
Lil Wayne.
Yep.
I'm going to go with James Brown.
Okay.
Living in America. The Temptations.
Good one.
What's that, 5?
That's 5.
And Shaq.
Biological. No, I'll count it just for that impression. That was amazing. That was amazing.
All right. No Shaq. I'm gonna go with Jay. I'm gonna go Jay-Z, Tupac, and Biggie. Whoever you want to take. One of them. One of them 3.
All right, Shaq.
I'll go with Jay-Z.
Lil Wayne and Shaq on the same list.
So Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, Temptations,
Yeah.
James Brown, Prince, Michael
like
Jackson.
I like it. There's some respect on that, but Lil Wayne is absolute booty. So the real Dirty Six.
What?
Here we go.
You didn't listen to the Drought 3.
Oh my gosh.
You don't even know what the
All right,
Drought 3
we're starting
is.
with the real Dirty Six right now. The Beatles.
Yeah, put you on game.
Put the Beatles in there.
Who?
The Beatles need to be on the list. Okay. This is not going to go over.
Hold on.
The Beatles.
Since you was interrupting me, did you watch that the documentary, The Defiant Ones?
I did actually.
Did you see
about Dr. Dre?
Jimmy Iovine was talking trash about the Beatles?
What did he say?
He was saying, I can't remember which one of them because I don't know the Beatles like that, but he was
Ringo,
he called
Paul,
one of
George,
the big,
John.
one of them dudes. He called one of them trash. Said he was terrible.
It's probably Ringo.
Was Ringo trash?
Probably Ringo. Yeah.
I mean, Brandon's
Yeah,
not
he was their drummer and universally considered the worst Beatle.
So if you just got a trash ass drummer, you can't just be the best music group of all time.
See, now this is where I disagree so much with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because Ringo is in by himself in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and that just blows my mind.
And he's trash.
And he's trash. So the Beatles, though, I mean, it pretty much all starts and ends for me with the Beatles and Elvis. So Elvis is my number 2. Just his impact on music, just the way that he kind of changed with the times. I mean, early Elvis is so different than what Elvis was doing right before he died. If you ever turn on Suspicious Minds from like 1971, there's a video on YouTube, him rocking out to Suspicious Minds. It's unbelievable. You walk away from it just like, that's one of the greatest musicians I've ever seen in my life. So Elvis, the Beatles, Bob Marley. Bob Marley is definitely for me top 6. There's a reason I'm getting married in Jamaica. It's because I've always loved reggae. I actually bought my first Bob Marley CD with you in 7th grade. We were at the Eden Prairie Mall.
Yep.
And I walked into Sam Goody.
Yep.
Do you remember Sam Goody?
Yep.
And I bought a Bob Marley CD. And you were like, who the hell is this guy?
And shortly after, you brought one of them silly ass Jamaican hats with the dreads and wore it for about a month straight.
Yeah.
Really thought you got into it. Thought you was Jamaican.
Yeah, for sure. So Bob Marley, you will say, I'll say this though. The Jamaicans have a lot of respect for the fact that I know almost every single Bob Marley song. They put me to the test when I was there last time. They were like, can anybody name a Bob Marley song that's not on Legend? And I went up there and just ripped off like 25 songs. And they were just like, oh.
Wagwan.
Yeah. All right, final 3. I had to put some thought into these final 3. Jimi Hendrix. I actually bought a Jimi Hendrix t-shirt one time when we were together back in the day, and your dad quizzed me. Didn't think I actually knew anything about Jimi Hendrix. I passed that test.
Does my dad know anything about Jimi Hendrix?
I don't actually know. But he's the best guitar player of all time, hands down. Get this, fun fact. He was actually left-handed. But back in the 60s, they had a hard time finding left-handed guitars. So he would take a right-handed guitar, play it upside down. And that's how good Jimi Hendrix was. Final 2, Marvin Gaye, R&B. I mean, you had James Brown. I go Marvin Gaye.
That's it.
To each their own. I mean, they're both great.
Tomato.
And then because I grew up loving the grunge era, Pearl Jam will always be my favorite band. I've seen them 6 or 7 times. So
Who?
Pearl Jam.
Who is Pearl Jam?
Eddie Vedder, man.
Who is Eddie Vedder?
What in the? You've never heard of Pearl Jam?
What is Pearl Jam? Can you give me a Pearl Jam song?
I mean, Jeremy.
Who?
Daughter.
Jeremy.
Once.
That's the name of a guy.
Even
That's the name of the
Flow.
song.
Even Flow Black. I mean,
Sing it.
even flow. That was it. I mean, you asked for it. You told me to do it.
That was a trap.
There's my Dirty Six. Again, if you want to share your Dirty Six with us on social media, hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, wherever. Let us know what your Dirty Six are. Real quick, thank you to the sponsors, Hybrid Nation and Shepherd Goods. We have a promo code, right? We're that cool.
We do have a promo code. It is DAB11. That's for Shepherd Goods. It's www.sglambchops.com. And 20% off if you go use that promo code on the website. They also have a store on North Washington, 115 North Washington Ave.
I'm surprised you're not decked out in gear today.
No, not